56,500 packed into the stadium. There isn't an empty seat available for this one. A sellout since the beginning of the year. And as the heavy snow builds up here at Pitt Stadium, Van, we're set to go. And here's the man who brings you Notre Dame football play-by-play, Van Patrick.
Thank you, Al Wester, and here we go. And here's Cliff Brown kicking off on a sort of a spinning kick. And it's rolling around to about the 7-yard line. Picked up by Dorsett, who brings it back to the 9, 10, to the 15, to the 20. And he's finally chased out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Collins is the man who chased him out of bounds. Now Pitt out of the huddle. They send Turper out wide to the left side. And Daniels is the quarterback. Janicek and Dorsett in that backfield with him in an I formation. And here's the give now to the fullback running off left tackle. And that's Dorsett running the fullback spot in the I formation. Brings it up to about the 27-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. And Drew Mahalik is in there to make the tackle for Notre Dame along with Jim Stock, the right end. They have Browner, Nosbush, Fanning, and Stock up front. A long pass is thrown by Daniels as he took 2 steps back and fired deep to Turper, and Turper caught the ball on about the 40-yard line, and he's out of bounds just over the 35-yard line, deep in Notre Dame territory. Came up with a great play.
A great play and a quick formation. They went right back, dropped into that, and this was a game plan to get the big bum off in a hurry. And Todd Turper, was the man who beat Tim Rudnick. Rudnick at the right corner was beaten there. The catch was made, and now here's Pitt with a first down.
That wing I formation with Daniels, the quarterback, waiting for the snap. He's got a wide receiver. Turper set out again, and he pitches it back to Dorsett. Dorsett turns the corner to 30. He's at the 25. He's knocked out of bounds down on the 21-yard line by Reggie Barnett. And so the Pitt Panthers are coming out here with a rush. Move from their own 24. They picked up 2 first downs. They have the ball on the 21-yard line of Notre Dame. They have it first down and 10 to go with Daniels, Dorsett, Janicek, and Murphy in that backfield. And Turper is split out. This time he moves out to the left side. And Murphy's in the slot. I formation. The top of the I is Dorsett, and waiting for it now is Daniels, the quarterback, with the first down from the Notre Dame 21. And on the keeper again, he rolls out to the left, cuts in, and flips the ball back, and it's fumbled. And Notre Dame has recovered the ball. It's recovered by Potempa, the Fighting Irish middle linebacker, as Daniels on the option tried to flip it back and fumbled the ball.
I can't understand that, Van. Daniels made the turn to the inside. Now, when you make the turn to the inside, that's the last moment you can make the pitch out. If he were going to pitch that football out to Dorsett, he'd have had to do it 2 steps back. He tossed it right into charging linebacker Gary Potempa, and Potempa covered it the right way. Not attempting to pick it off in the air and run with it, just get on top of the football. The Irish have a first down at their 17-yard line on a blunder by the Pittsburgh offense.
Double wing formation. Quarterback is Tommy Clements in motion now. He sends one man and hands off to the fullback Bullock, and Bullock tries the middle, gets up to the 24. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Mutual, your news and sports radio network. A gain of 7 on the play, so it'll be second down and about 3 for Notre Dame. Pinnock goes in motion, and the ball is fumbled by Clements. He picks it up, and he's thrown down back on the 18-yard line by Buckman, the left end. And I think we're going to see a lot of fumbles today because that ball is very slippery, and the artificial turf is getting very slippery. They'll mark the ball on the 19-yard line. The series originated on the 16, so it all adds up to third down and 7 yards to go now for the Irish. They have Brenneman at center, DiNardo and Pomerico the guards, Neese and Sylvester the tackles, Casper and Dimmerly the ends. They're in a double wing formation. In motion goes Pinnock to the left side. Clements now giving on a draw play to Pinnock. He's at the 20, the 25, and Clements is hit at the 27-yard line and brought down by Bellino, the right cornerback, and Dennis Moorhead also in on the tackle. He got very close to a first down, although they have not indicated it as yet. And let's see what happens. Nope, they say fourth down with just inches to go. And the ball is marked on the 26 where his knee hit the ground.
That's right, Van. Actually, that's where the official puts that football down. But looking at it through the glasses, it looked as though Pinnock had reached the 27-yard line. But apparently they're giving it to him where the knee hit the ground, and it will be fourth down and about a half yard, and the Irish will have to punt.
Doherty is back in kick formation, and Daniels is back in the safety. A high pass from center, but Doherty booms it high. And Daniels moving over to the 31 and takes it, fumbles the ball out of bounds. He got a good break on that because he fumbled it out of bounds, a 43-yard kick. And with the score, Notre Dame nothing, Pittsburgh nothing. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Royal Globe Insurance. We're ready to go back to work, and Daniels on a handoff now to his running back Murphy, and Murphy cutting in over right tackle brings the ball to the 44-yard line where it's first down and 10 to go now for the Pittsburgh Panthers, and that's their third first down in the ball game. They have it on the 44 of Pittsburgh, first and 10 to go. Murphy, Wanstead, Stoner, Carey, Olson, Blanding, and Ostrowski up front, flanked out wide to the left side. Now they send Turper, I formation. The wing I formation with Billy Daniels, the quarterback, and Daniels pitches it back to Dorsett, that's a wild pitch, and Dorsett picks it up and runs wide. He's forced out of bounds back on the 27-yard line. Rudnick is the man who forced him out, and they're having a little trouble holding on to that football as Daniels rolled to the left and tried to pitch it to Dorsett, and the ball just sort of bounced to him and took a good bounce so he could pick it up.
Well, that's a 17-yard loss, Van. It moves it actually back. They're bringing it in at the 26-yard line. A 17-yard loss, dropping it way back now. We've got a second down coming up here. The Irish defensively really playing heads-up football, though, with Daniels losing a slippery football, trying to get it to Dorsett.
Now Daniels on the keeper again, pitches it back. It's fumbled again, and let's see who got it. Notre Dame has recovered it back on the 24-yard line as he tried to pitch that ball back to Dorsett again, and Jim Stock recovered it for Notre Dame. So there's a break for the Fighting Irish. They have a first down on the Pittsburgh 24, and they just can't hold on to the football, Al.
That's the second fumble recovery for Notre Dame here in a matter, Van, of something like 3 minutes and 45 seconds. They recovered a big one down at their 17-yard line when Pitt had thrown the bomb and got down deep. Now here are the Irish in great field position at the Pitt 25.
First and 10 to go, and here's Clements pitching it back to Pinnock. Pinnock cuts in. He's at the 20. He's down to the 18-yard line, running off left tackle, and brought down on the 18-yard line by David Spates, the right safety man of the Pittsburgh Panthers. They have Buckman, Parrish, Hyde, and Perko up front. Weatherton, Burley, and Kirby backing up the line with Moorhead, Hyde, Spates, and Bellino in that secondary. And Notre Dame now with the ball resting on the 19-yard line. It'll be second down and 5 yards to go. The Irish out of the huddle. They line up in a double wing formation again with Clements the quarterback. Pennock goes in motion out to the left, and the give is to Bullock, and Bullock tries left guard down to the 16-yard line and hauled down on the 16-yard line. And the tackle was made by Perko, the defensive right end of the Pitt Panthers. We have about 10 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first quarter, and there's no score. Pittsburgh now checking in with a defensive man. Janison is coming in as a defensive tackle. And waiting for it now is Clements, and Clements gives it off to his running back, Bullock, and he's off right tackle inside the 15, and Glenn Hyde brings him down. He got very close. They might have to bring the chain in for a measurement here. They might have to get the chain in, and that's exactly what they're going to do. The ball is resting on the 14. The series originated on the Pittsburgh 24, and it's down on the 14-yard line now of the University of Pittsburgh Panthers, who had trouble holding on to that ball. They moved down deep in Notre Dame territory and fumbled it away. They started a good drive again, fumbled the ball away again. So the chain is being placed down, and it's just about 6 or 7 inches short of a first down, and it's fourth down and inches to go, and I don't think there's any question, Al, what they'll do here. They will not go with Bob Thomas here. All right, fourth down and inches to go. Clements on the call. He gives it to Bullock, keeps it himself, and dives in over left guard. He faked it to Bullock beautifully, kept it himself, and dove over left guard to about the 11-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 to go for Notre Dame. The ball down on the 11-yard line. Weatherton, the linebacker on the left side, who is a 200-pound, 6-foot freshman from Miami, Florida. And they hear the games on WGBS. Dimmerly's flanked out wide to the left side, and a pro set this time. Pennock in the slot on the right side, and he goes in motion to the left. And here's a give to Bullock, and Bullock into the middle. He's down to the 5. Touchdown, Notre Dame. As Bullock crashes 11 yards right through the middle of that Pittsburgh line, and the Irish are on the board. And they went 24 yards in 5 plays, and they are leading 6-0, and Bob Thomas comes in to try the point. Clock shows 9 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. Notre Dame is on the board, taking advantage of a break on the Pittsburgh fumble. And the Panthers are just so high for this ball game, so keyed up, that they just couldn't hold on to the ball. And now Doherty will hold, and Bob Thomas will attempt the extra point for Notre Dame. The Notre Dame band is here. You can hear them in the background. Here's the kick. It's up and good. There's a timeout on the field with a score. Notre Dame 7 and Pittsburgh nothing.
Throughout the game, the snow comes and goes here at Pitt Stadium, and it's very, very slippery.
Thomas will kick off, and here's the boot. It's a short kick, and is coming down on about the 16-yard line. It's taken there, and out of bounds immediately goes Wilson with the ball. That's one that Wilson probably should have let alone, because the ball would have been out of bounds, and Notre Dame would have had to kick it over. It's a wing eye, and here's Daniels now on a give to his running back Dorsett. And Dorsett in over right tackles up to the 19-yard line, and Greg Collins, who leads this club in tackles, brought him down. 6'3", 220-pound junior from Troy, Michigan. So mark the ball now on the 19-yard line, and the gain of about 3 yards on the play. So it'll be second down and 7. Wide the left side is Turper, who's from Pittsburgh, number 88, 6'3", a junior. And one-on-one over here, Rudnick covering him. They're in an I formation. And here is Daniels rolling to the right, and he is forced out of bounds around the neighborhood of the 22 or 23-yard line by Ross Browner, the freshman defensive end, who contained him and finally got him out. Mike Fanning was also assisting on the tackle. They're going to mark it now on the 22-yard line. The series originating on the 16. The ball is now on the 22-yard line, where it'll be third down and 4 yards to go for the Panthers of Pittsburgh. Wide the left side is Turper again in this I formation. Dorsett at the top of that I formation. One of the most talked about young backs in the country, and the pitch is back to Dorsett. He turns the corner. He's at the 30. He's at the 35, and he is knocked out of bounds on the 36-yard line. It's a first down, and Mike Townsend is the man who knocked him out, and that's 4 first downs, and this young man is everything we've heard, Al.
He's got great speed there. He had both Mike Fanning and Greg Collins on the chase there. Both of them were trying to get laterally across the field to get a crack at Tony Dorsett. You know, Van, he's just 152 yards shy from the all-time freshman record in the NCAA for a first-year man. 152 yards, and this young man will have a new record.
Here's the counter play now as he hands off to his running back who's in there, Murphy. And Murphy cuts in over right guard, brings the ball up to about the 40, getting about 4 yards. We've got 8 minutes and 20 seconds of playing time remaining here in the first quarter. The ball is marked on the 39-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play. It'll be second down and 7 to go for the Panthers. Second and 7. So Murphy is in there as the running back now for the Panthers. And wide the left side is Turper in an I formation with Dorsett at the top of the I. Right behind him is Janis second, waiting for it now is Daniels, and Daniels is going back to throw. He's in a little trouble back there. He breaks out of it, but he's brought down now on the 28-yard line, and then there's Potemkin, the middle backer, in on top of him. And down he goes, and they're going to mark it on the 29-yard line. They'll mark it.
The big defensive end on the left side for Notre Dame, Jim Stock, is a man who pinned him. But did you see Ross Browner, that big freshman who plays the defensive right end for the Irish? He went sailing through there, untouched, went right down the channel. And I've got to believe that one of the linebackers was coming on that, and the man in that offensive line who was supposed to block Browner picked up the linebacker on the blitz instead.
Now here is the handoff to Dorsett up the middle, and Dorsett brings it back to the 39-yard line. So we're now with a fourth down situation coming up for Pittsburgh, and Drew Mahalik is the man who made the tackle for the University of Notre Dame. Bob Zanat is checking in now for Notre Dame. Zanat will be the safety man, and it'll be a punt formation, and Larry Swider is the punter, 6'2", a freshman from Rockton, Pennsylvania. He's standing back around the 24-yard line, waiting for the snap. It's a fourth down. Low pass from center, but he gets his kick away, and it's coming down and hitting around on the 40, the 36, and rolling around, and finally the Panthers kill the football on about the 34-yard line. So with the score, Notre Dame 7, Pittsburgh nothing, a timeout on the field. Now this for Red Ball Transit. Clements on a handoff to Pennick, and Pennick on a sweep of the left side is forced out of bounds by Moorhead and Bellino, and they mark the ball on the 39-yard line. Series originating on the 34-yard line in Notre Dame territory. The ball is now on the 39-yard line. It'll be second down and 5 to go. 6 minutes, 28 seconds to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Notre Dame. In motion now, halfback to give to Bullock on the trap, and he is straight up the middle to the 47, possibly the 48, and Glenn Hyde is the man who made the tackle along with Rod Kirby, the right linebacker, and they'll mark the ball on the 47-yard line. It'll be a first down now for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and that's their second. They lead 7-0.
Jerry DiNardo and Mark Brenneman, the key men on this van, they open up the middle there, and they've got to move a nose guard named Gary Burley and Big Don Parrish, the left tackle, out of there to do it, but they had some daylight.
Best is in motion to the right side from a double wing, and Clements is back to throw. There's a flag down, and Clements is in trouble. He runs out of it. He's at the 45. He cuts in at the 50, and he is really belted at the 46. Kirby is the man who upended him, but flags were down. So we'll wait and see what happens here as the flags go down. Notre Dame will not play next Saturday. They'll have an open date as they got ready for Air Force in their Thanksgiving Day battle at South Bend. But Al and our mutual crew will be in Norman, Oklahoma. Barry Switzer's great Oklahoma team will play the University of Kansas, and that should be an outstanding ball game in the Big 8. Illegal procedure is a preliminary indication against Notre Dame, which means it'll nullify the good gain by Clements and bring it back.
I believe one of the Notre Dame backs was in motion there, started to make the move too quick.
In motion goes Art Best to the right side, and on the counter to Pinnock, and Pinnock is at the 45 and on up to the 49 before he's brought down. Spates, the right safety man from Seattle, Washington, is the man who brought him down. And they'll mark it on the, let's see if they call it the 48. They do, where his knee hit the ground. Now, you remember this series originated on the Notre Dame 47. And the ball is now on the Notre Dame 48, so it's all second down and 9. The sun is shining now. The snow has stopped. You don't like the weather? Wait a minute. It'll change. In motion goes Pinnock to the left, and here's Bullock up the middle. And Bullock drives to the 47-yard line. Rod Kirby made the tackle, and he's brought down in Pittsburgh territory. Number 35, Kirby, and Gary Burley, the middle backer, and a couple of tough defensive men for Pittsburgh. Notre Dame leads it 7-0 here in the first quarter. At 5 minutes of playing time remaining in the first quarter. It's third down and about 4 yards to go for the Irish. They're out of the huddle with Brenneman over the ball. Pomerico and DiNardo, the guards. They line up now in the pro set. Waiting for it is Clements. He sends Best in motion. And Clements on the keeper. Pitches it back to Best. He tries to turn the corner. And he's brought down on the 46-yard line by Mike Bellino, the cornerback, who made a fine defensive play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down situation. And that will get the kicker in here for Notre Dame. Brian Doherty comes in.
You know, Van, you were pointing out to me, and we were talking about this game earlier this morning, that Mike Bellino had a great game against Notre Dame last year, and here he is again, the youngster from St. Clair, Pennsylvania.
Daniels is back there. He does a little bit of everything, this quarterback, and back to kick for Notre Dame is Brian Doherty, and he gets his kick away, booms it high and deep. A fair catch is called for by Daniels. And he fumbles the ball, and now he is brought down. That was a 39-yard kick. And making the tackle there for Notre Dame was Collins from Troy, Michigan. Daniels brings him out now with Turper out wide to the left side. They're in an I formation, and Dorsett with the ball. He runs off right tackle and is nailed as he reaches the 10-yard line. And was hit very hard by Mike Fanning as he reached the 10-yard line. A gain on the play of about 4 yards by Dorsett. And this young man in 209 attempts has gained 1,139 yards. He's averaged better than 5 yards a carry. He scored 9 touchdowns. Daniels has completed 63 out of 129. And Clark is in there now. And I formation. Waiting for it is Daniels. He has Turper split out wide. And now here's a pitch back to Dorsett again. And Dorsett is hit by Rudnick at the 10. He was hit by Rudnick. Now the defense upended the blockers coming in there, and that enabled Rudnick to get in there and make the tackle. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Notre Dame leading 7-0. It's a third down, and here's Daniels rolling out to the right. He's being chased out there by Browner. He gets around him, and he's finally out of bounds. Reggie Barnett chased him out of bounds up around the 17 or 18-yard line, and Browner had to chase on, but he couldn't catch him.
Can you imagine that guy reaching out, putting his hand on his fingers on your jersey, realizing that 218-pound freshman who gets mad from the moment they kick the football off until it's all over, Ross Browner, breathing on his neck and couldn't quite reach him, that's enough to scare me into a little extra effort.
Wide to the left side now is Clark, who's in there as the flanker. It's a first down from the 17-yard line of Pittsburgh, and here's Daniels rolling to the right again, looking and throwing, and this one is batted down. And batting the ball down was Townsend, intended for Ostrowski, and it was batted down. Got about 2 minutes of playing time remaining in the first quarter. Notre Dame leading by a score of 7-0. And now the Panthers, with the ball on the 17-yard line, have a second down and 10 to go from that point. And wide the left side is Clark. He's from Miami, Florida, 170-pound junior. He's the only flanker in that wing I formation, and the give is to Dorsett, and Dorsett through the middle, and he brings that ball all the way up to the 27 or 28-yard line, and Ross Browner is the man who brought him down with some great blocking up there by Stoner and Olson and Carey in the middle of that line. Another first down.
And throw Stan Ostrowski's name in there because he threw a key block in there on Mike Townsend.
Six first downs, Al, they've picked up. They've been impressive.
It's impressive when you see the tremendous burst of speed that Tony Dorsett put on there. This fella, if he ever breaks 5 yards on you, he's gone.
Rudnick is covering Clark one-on-one on the right side. And now Daniels on the call, and he fakes it to Dorsett, keeps it himself, and flips it back down to his running back Murphy, and he's knocked out of bounds around the neighborhood of the 32. There's a timeout on the field with the score, Notre Dame 7, Pittsburgh nothing. The 33 and Bradley and Jim Stockton on the tackle to bring him down, but he still got some yardage. So mark the ball on the 33-yard line, where it'll be third down coming up for the Pittsburgh Panthers. Third down as we're running out of time here in the first quarter of this ball game. Notre Dame leading it by a score of 7-0. 2 for 2 on third downs. And out of the huddle they come with that wing I formation again, and here's Daniels rolling out to the right, gets some time and throws, and this one's incomplete. Intended for Clark. He was covered by Townsend, and it goes incomplete, and that brings up the fourth down. We have 1 minute and 5 seconds of playing time remaining here in the first quarter of this ball game, and mark it back on the 33-yard line, where it'll be fourth down and 5 to go, and Bob Zanat is in now to run it back for Notre Dame, and the punter is in there, Swider, Larry Swider from Rockton, Pennsylvania. Well, we hope you're enjoying the ball game from Pitt Stadium in Pennsylvania. Waiting now for the snap back to the kicker, and he gets it and boots it away, and a beautiful kick. High spiral all the way down to the 20. It's taken by Zanat. Zanat gets a block, brings it back to the 27, and is down on the 28-yard line. And the tackle was made by Zaral. And let's take 10 seconds for station identification. He has Bullock as the setback. In motion now goes Diminick, and Diminick gives it on the end around play, and this one is not going to work. Pittsburgh was looking for this one, and they haul Simon down. He had just gone in there on the end around. They haul him down back on the 19, and they lost 9 yards.
Man, when you find a football team that is pursuing, and the defensive front five of the Pittsburgh Panthers were pursuing the sweeps of Notre Dame's, the ideal thing is to come back with mismotion, to give them the action that you're going to the left and use the reverse. Only this time, there was Jim Buckman waiting.
In motion is Diminick, and the give is to Bullock off left tackle, and Bullock cuts in at the 25 and fumbled the ball there, but the ball is covered by Notre Dame, and the whistle killed the ball on the 25, and Kirby is the man who made the tackle on Bullock on the 25, and that should be the end of the first quarter, and it is, with the score Notre Dame 7, Pittsburgh nothing. In motion goes Art Best to the right, and he's back to throw, rolling out to the right, looking and throwing, and it is incomplete and almost intercepted by Dennis Moorhead. He had the ball in his hands and couldn't hold it, Al.
Oh, he was reaching for that football. Pete Demerle was the man, the intended receiver. It's an incomplete forward pass. That brings up fourth down, Dan. And for the first time, really, the Irish are forced to kick now. And they're forced to kick with a 4th and 13 as the defensive unit of the Pitt Panthers comes up to the moment, holds Notre Dame back of their 25-yard line.
Daniels and Dorsett are both deep as Doherty got set to boot now for Notre Dame with the fourth down. And he gets a good pass from center, but it's a short, wobbly kick that goes out. Oh, he got a good roll on the ball. It rolls all the way down to the 35. It's still rolling down to the 33-yard line. What looked like a short kick. a bad kick, and he got a good roll on it and got 42 yards on that kick. Waiting for it is the quarterback, Billy Daniels, and Daniels is going back to throw, sets up, stays in the pocket. Now he rolls out, looks, throws, and it is caught at the 39-yard line. And it'll be fine tackle on the part of Collins. And making the reception there for the Pittsburgh Panthers was Ostrowski, the tight end, and he was shaken up on the play, and there's a timeout on the field with the score, Notre Dame 7, Pittsburgh nothing. Middle to the 47-yard line, a first down, and Browner made the tackle for Notre Dame. So the Panthers are moving again, and they have Clark flanked out wide to the left in this wing I formation. Daniels with the first down from his own 47, and Daniels on to give to Dorsett. Dorsett's got some running room. He cuts in at the 45, and he's down to Notre Dame's 44 before he's brought down by Collins and Rudnick. And this young man has really got some moves, believe me.
Boy, he's got more moves than anybody I've seen this year. He gives you the hip, he takes it away, he runs low, very, very low, but he keeps those legs high, churning right through there. He slips down, goes down at the 44-yard line. He's had 45 yards he's already picked up, Van, in 12 running plays.
Well, it's second down and just about a foot or two to go. At wing I formation again with Clark set out to the right. Waiting for it is Daniels, and Daniels gives it to Dorsett, and Dorsett has got the first down. He's at the 42-yard line and hauled down there on the 42-yard line. Potempa and Collins in on the tackle again. And going out now is Kevin Nosbush. And that's the first down, and it's 8 first downs with the ball marked on the 42-yard line of Notre Dame.
You know, man, talking about Tony Dorsett, the young freshman from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, he's carried 209 times in 8 ball games, 26 times a game that he rushes with a football.
Here's Daniels now on a handoff, and carrying the ball was Dorsett, and Dorsett's jersey is almost torn off, and he reaches the 37, and Greg Collins is the man who made the tackle, and he got about 4.5 on that one. Dorsett's jersey is almost torn off. So the Panthers are moving again. They trailed by a score of 7-0 here in the second quarter. Clark is flanked out wide to the right side. The I formation, Janusek right behind the quarterback, Billy Daniels. Top of the I is Dorsett, and Dorsett's got the football. Turns the corner at the right and is tripped up at the 37-yard line. He might have got to the 36. He was tripped up by Collins. Yale leads Pennsylvania 7-0 in the first quarter. North Carolina State is leading Penn State 7-3 in the first quarter. And the ball is marked just over the 37-yard line, where it'll be a third down coming up, and looks like about 4.5 yards to go for the Panthers. Now Pittsburgh going back in the huddle, and Billy Daniels, 5'11", 175-pound junior, guiding this ball club, and he brings them out of the huddle with Carey over the ball. Olson and Stoner the guards, Wanstead and Blandino the tackles. I formation, and waiting for it now is Daniels with one wide flanker to the left, and he pitches it back now to Dorsett, and Dorsett is forced out of bounds at the 35-yard line, which will bring up a fourth down. In there was Potempa again, and Browner. And so now the kicker, Carson Long, is coming in there, and they're going to try a field goal.
Well, this fella has been able to kick them from as long as 49 yards, Van. He kicks pretty good. He has kicked 3 this year, one from about 30, one from 47, one from 49, and they say that consistently in practice that he has kicked field goals of 50 yards, so he might be able to get the distance and do it.
Well, it's as good as a punt. It serves the same purpose. The ball is spotted by Daniels. The kick is in the air, and it is short and goes out of bounds. And so with the score, Notre Dame 7, Pittsburgh nothing. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for sign-off. On the carry, Bullock right up the middle. Burley makes the tackle as Notre Dame takes over on their own 20 after the touchback. And a gain on the play of 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6 to go now for Notre Dame. Out of the huddle they come with Casper, the tight end, on the left side. Demmerly's flanked out a few yards on the right side. They're in a double wing, and Best is in motion. And here is Clements on the keeper, and he's going to be brought down, fumbles the ball. Buckman is the man that hit him, and the Panthers have recovered the ball. Pittsburgh has recovered the ball, and there's a big break for them. Big scramble out there. And that's number 85. That's Furco. And he came up with a big play right there.
Tommy Clements blindsided from the back as a man reached him, and as he took the option, holding the pitch out, ready to throw it out, wrapped up there, losing the football. Pittsburgh with a big break now. They have it at the Irish 23-yard line, 7-0. Notre Dame leads Pittsburgh as the Panthers come up to the line of scrimmage at the Notre Dame 23.
Clark is flanked out wide to the right side. Daniels on a pitch back now to Dorsett. He's going to throw. He throws to the end zone. It is batted away by Townsend. Townsend made a great save on that one, and the ball was intended for Farley in the end zone, and they handed the ball off to Dorsett, and Dorsey rolled out to the right and fired to the end zone, and Mike Townsend made a brilliant defensive play.
Great defensive play there, and let me say this, if the receiver had played it wise, if he'd made the turn, he might have still picked the football up.
Wide to the right side now is Clark. That outward I formation again, and to give to Dorsett. They had him stopped for a moment, but he breaks through to the 21-yard line, and Greg Collins is the man who brings him down. Potemkin was also on the tackle, so mark that ball on the 21-yard line. 9:46 to go in the first half. Notre Dame leading 7-0 over the Pitt Panthers, and they are a rugged outfit. North Carolina State leads Penn State 14-3 in the second quarter. That's a little bit of a surprise. Wide to the right side now goes Clark in this wing I formation. Waiting for it is Billy Daniels. Dorsett the top of the I, and here's Daniels going back to throw. He unloads over the middle. It's intercepted by Notre Dame's Tim Rudnick, who took it right out of the hands of the tight end Ostrowski.
That's interception number 3 for Tim Rudnick, and a big one for him now, because that ball is down at the 8-yard line. And let me tell you this, man, Stan Ostrowski would have caught that football if Rudnick hadn't dived over his shoulder to make the catch. A senior from Chicago, great little cornerback. He and Reggie Barnett really give the Irish a pair of cornerbacks. No wonder there's only been 3 touchdown bombs thrown all year long against the defensive unit of the Irish. They've only given up 1 touchdown rushing, 3 touchdowns on bombs.
Notre Dame leading the nation in overall defense. First down from the 8, best in motion. And the give is to Bullock, and Bullock dives off right tackle to the 15-yard line and is brought down. Rod Kirby tripped him up on the 15-yard line. Notre Dame leads 7-0. We're in the second quarter here at Pittsburgh, and it's snowing again. Remember, next Saturday we'll be in Norman, Oklahoma, as Oklahoma plays Kansas. Monday night, Al and I will be in Kansas City for NFL Monday Night Football over many of these stations. Kansas City and the Chicago Bears. 10 minutes to go. And here is the give to Bullock, and Bullock in over left tackle, fights his way to the 20, the 21, and he should have a first down for the Fighting Irish, and Kirby made the tackle. At the 21-yard line, it'll be first down and 10 to go, and that's 3-4 first downs now for Notre Dame. From the 21, first and 10 to go for the Irish. They break out of the huddle. Brenham in the center, DiNardo, Palmerico, Neese, and Sylvester up front. And Dimmerly and Casper the ends, and they're both in tight vests in the slot on the right side. They have not gone to him today. And now they hand off to him, and he is to the 30, the 31, and is brought down on the 31-yard line. Art Best carrying for the first time today.
Beautiful counterplay. Usually they use that counter with Eric Pennick trying to go into the middle there, and of course we saw O.J. Simpson run this counter, the identical play, so brilliantly with the Buffalo Bills a couple of weeks ago, Van. Well, that was Art Best with a handoff. Art, I'm sure, is looking for another big breakaway run as they measure it now with the sticks to see if it is a first down, and it appears to be. The Irish have a first down at about the 32-yard line.
Now in motion goes Diminick to the left side, and Bullock up the middle. He's to the 35, and it's gang tackled at the 35. Hyde and Moorhead leading the defensive charge for the Panthers, and also Weatherton and Parrish. And mark the ball on the 35, a gain of 3 on the play. Eric Pennick is coming back in, and Diminick goes out. That's a change to backfield for Notre Dame. Van Patrick, along with Al Western, our mutual sports crew at Pittsburgh. And Notre Dame leads 7-0. Wide to the left side. Well, actually not too wide, but in the slot is Best. And now he goes into a pro set, and they send Pennick in the slot, and Best goes in motion. And the give now is to Bullock. Bullock off right tackle to about the 37, and Gary Burley, the middle backer from Grove City, and Arnie Weatherton, the left backer from Miami, Florida, make the stop. That means third down, and a little under 5 yards to go now for Notre Dame. 0 for 4 in third down situations for Notre Dame today, and that is unusual. Now Demmerly is set out a few yards to the left. Pennick is in the slot on the right side, and waiting for it is Tommy Clements, and Clements now on the counter to Pennick. Pennick's at the 40, and he is dumped at the 43-yard line. He should have a first down. Tackle made by David Spates, of the secondary of Pittsburgh.
I remember the Pittsburgh game of last year, and Pennock played against him. He scored a touchdown. He carried 13 times and gained 40 yards last year, Van. Wasn't spectacular, but he did get into the end zone for one touchdown against the Panthers.
6 first downs, the ball on the Notre Dame 43. Pennock in motion. The give is to Best on the counter. He cuts up the middle. He's at the 50-yard line and tackled at the 50. Dennis Moorhead, the left cornerback, coming up to lead the defense along with Glenn Hyde, the right tackle, and they got him at the 50. And so it will be a gain on the play of about 7 yards. That was the counter play with Art Best running it. Let's see where they're going to put it down. They're going to put it down right on the 50 as we called. We have about 6 minutes of playing time remaining here in the first half of the ball game with Notre Dame leading 7-0. Notre Dame out of the huddle now, and they have 100 yards even rushing in this first half of the ball game. But they're leading by only 7-0. Double wing formation now. In motion goes Best, and here's the give to Best on the sweep. He cuts in at right tackle, picks up a block, and he's nailed at the 43-yard line by Rod Kirby, the linebacker. He followed his blockers well, and Pomerico was out in front of him. He's from Howard Beach, New Jersey, and they're going to mark that ball dead on the 44-yard line.
You know, the Irish run the misdirection play so beautifully, Van, and when they come back and sweep that stuff inside, they'll go one way, give you the direction, give you all the motion, then come off of the tackles. They do it so beautifully.
Double wing, 5:20 to go. First down on the 44-yard line. Pennock in motion. Here's Clements going back to throw. Looks, throws, and completes it to Best at the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds on the 39-yard line. Best was knocked out of bounds by Spates.
Van, would you believe that is only the third pass this year that's been thrown to Art Best? Notre Dame in command of the football game at the moment. They're moving the ball down the field at one time. Pittsburgh, trailing 7-0 in the game, had something like 30 offensive plays to Notre Dame's 16. But now the Irish on this drive moving the football well.
Started on their own 8-yard line, and now Clements giving it to Bullock, and Bullock is at the 35-yard line with it across to the 34, and is tackled there by Burley, number 77 from Grove City, Ohio, and Davidson making the stop on the 34-yard line. He's very close to a first down, and they may, let's see if they get the chain in. So there's a timeout on the field with the score Notre Dame 7 and Pittsburgh nothing. It's a first down for Notre Dame on the 34-yard line, and that's 8 first downs. The Irish starting this drive on their 8, and they're all the way down to the Panther 34. Double wing formation. In motion is Pennock. And the give is to Pennock, and Pennock following his blockers. He's at the 30, and he's out of bounds at the 26-yard line. And Dennis Moorhead is the man who knocked him out of bounds along with Tony Perko, the defensive right end, and they're going to place it on the 26. Good carry and good blocking, and those guards are doing a good job.
You bet they are, Van. Wally Moore and Brian Bullock, who handled the offensive line, got to be proud of Frank Pomerico and Gary DiNardo, because these two young men both come from Howard Beach, New York. Just beautiful the way they pull and lead the runner.
Double wing, Demerly flanked out wide to the right side. In motion is Art Best, and the give is to Bullock. Bullock up the middle at the 20, still on his feet, down to the 17, dropped on the 17. First down, Notre Dame. Burley made the tackle along with Spates, and that's 9 first downs for the Irish. And this has been quite a drive from their 8-yard line all the way down to the 17-yard line of Pittsburgh, and Notre Dame's leading them 7-0.
A typical Notre Dame drive, too, Van. Ball control all the way. You very seldom see them put the ball in the air. One pass, of course, it's a slippery football out there now with the snow letting up a little bit now as the Irish come up with a first down at the 17-yard line of Pitt.
Double wing formation. Pennock in motion to the left. The give is to Pennock. He's following his blockers again. Cuts in over left tackle. He's down to the 13-yard line. And Perko makes the tackle at the 13, a gain on the play of about 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 to go now for the Irish going back in the huddle. Notre Dame has an open Saturday. Next Saturday they'll play the Air Force on Thanksgiving Day. 3:20 to go in the first half of this ball game, and Notre Dame leading by a score of 7-0. They're in the pro set. Pennock is in the slot on the right side. Clements on a pitch to Best, and Best off right tackle. Cuts back at the 10. He's down to the 7. And brought down on the 7-yard line after picking up a first down for Notre Dame and Weatherton, the left backer, is the man who made the stop, along with Hyde, the right tackle.
And would you believe it was quarterback Tommy Clements and running back Eric Pennock, the two of them, that were leading the way on that sweep. After Clements had made the pitch to Best, Clements and Pennock both got out there to help him on the sweep. Best picking his hole, turned back in over the tackle, gets inside of the 10-yard line, and Van, I believe they've got it down there at the 7-yard line, and it is, as you said, first down for the Irish at the 7, first and goal to go.
Double wing formation with Bullock the setback behind the quarterback Tommy Clements. Clements now looking over that Pittsburgh defense. They have about 8 men up there, and he gives the ball to Best. Best is at the 5, cuts back, and is nailed at the 3. Art Best pulled down on the 3-yard line. So it'll be second down and goal to go, and Kirby was in there and on the tackle. Ohio State is leading Michigan State by a score of 7-0. Wake Forest and Duke are 0-0. And that score we had a while ago, Penn State, North Carolina State, we've had a correction now. Isn't that right? No, he says no. Well, we'll go with Stan Petzak, who's our official scorekeeper, and he has North Carolina State leading. Waiting for it now is the quarterback Clements. Clements on a pitch to Pennock. He's off left tackle and down to the 3 again, and that's it. Pulled down there. And a good defensive play by Pittsburgh Spates. In on the tackle, they got him at the 3, and Bellino, the right cornerback, making the tackle at the 3-yard line, and it's third down and goal to go from the 3-yard line now for Notre Dame. They had a hole open there for a moment. Notre Dame has called a timeout. So with the score, Notre Dame 7, Pittsburgh nothing. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Royal Globe Insurance. Both ends are in tight. It's a double wing formation. Pennock is in motion, and it's Clements bootlegging the ball to the right side. He's down at the 3-yard line. That's it. And Janison is the man who made the tackle. He just sort of smelled that one out and stayed with him. He faked the ball beautifully, kept it himself, hit it on his hip, and in comes Bob Thomas, the field goal kicker. So Notre Dame will have to try and settle for 3.
Well, that's playing the percentages. You know, they say when you go down there, don't come away with nothing. Get something. So he's going for the 3 points. And here's a young man who can kick the field goal, too. He's kicked 5 of 13. Bob Thomas, senior from Rochester, New York, number 98.
Be a 20-yard attempt, an angle off to the right, waiting for the spot. Doherty will hold. The kick is in the air, and the kick is good. So the score now, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame 10 and the University of Pittsburgh nothing, and we have about a minute to go here in the first half of this ball game.
46 seconds actually remaining, Van.
Bob Thomas will kick off. Dorsett is the deep man, and here's the boot, a floating kick. It's taken on the 27-yard line and taken there by Wilson, who brings it back to the 30, and he's forced out of bounds. In that drive a moment ago, Notre Dame had that ball for 18 plays. He's got the ball flat out there on the tee. He doesn't want to take any run back. And here's the kick. It's a flat kick, all right, taken on the 29-yard line by Bullock, who brings it back to the 35, to the 40, to the 44, and time runs out. That's the end of the first half with the score, Notre Dame 10 and Pittsburgh 3, and now this for contact.
The football voice of Notre Dame, Van Patrick.
All right, Al Wester, and Brown will kick off. Dorsett is deep. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's away from Dorsett and taken on the 4-yard line by Wilson to the 10, the 15, to the 20, and he is knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Smith made the tackle for Notre Dame. Turper is in there now, and he's flanked out wide the left side. Dorsett and Janusek in the I formation. Waiting for it is Daniels, the quarterback, with a first down from the 25, and he gives it off now to Janusek, and Janusek gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he is thrown back by Browner, the defensive left end, and Greg Collins, the left linebacker. He didn't get very much on that one. Actually got it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down. Still 10 to go for the University of Pittsburgh. Turper is flanked out wide to the left side in that wing I formation. And waiting for it now is Billy Daniels, the quarterback, and Daniels gives it to Dorsett. Dorsett broke away from two tacklers. He's at the 35, the 40, the 42, and what a move he put on the Notre Dame defense that time.
Mahalik was the man who had it on him. Mahalik had really laid the tackle on him when he walked right out of it, and you just don't walk away from this big junior from Birmingham, Michigan. That's the first time I've seen a running back this year get away from Mahalik.
What a move he put on. Turper's flanked out wide the right side. A first down on the Pittsburgh 42. First and 10, I formation. And waiting for it now is Billy Daniels again. He has the slot back on the right side. He's on the keeper, rolling out the right, pitches it to Dorsett. Dorsett turns the corner. He's at the 50. He's all the way down to the Notre Dame 47-yard line before Reggie Barnett brings him down. And the Panthers are coming out here with a rush in the second half, and they have the ball down on the Notre Dame 47-yard line, and that will be a first down. That's 11 first downs for Pittsburgh. A gain of 11 yards on that play. And it'll be first and 10 to go for the Panthers on the Notre Dame 47-yard line. Turper flanked out wide to the left side is the only flanker. They're in the wing I formation. And Daniels waiting for it, and Daniels gives it to his fullback this time, Janusek, and Janusek tries right guard, is at the 46, and that's it. And Haydock is the man who made the tackle for Notre Dame. He got just about a yard on the play, that's all. Second down. 9 yards to go now for the Panthers, who trailed 10-3 in the third quarter. 13 minutes of playing time remaining in this third quarter. It's the I formation now with the wing back, and now they go into a pro set, and that's the first time today we've seen him in the pro. And waiting for it is Daniels, and Daniels gives it off now to his running back again, Dorsett, and Dorsett finds a hole over right guard and moves down to the 38-yard line before he is brought down by Mahalik, and a yard short of a first down. So they're getting the chain in for a measurement, so let's give all of our stations around the world a chance to identify themselves. This is Mutual, your news and sports radio network. Van Patrick along with Al Wester, and it's just inches to go with third down, and Dorsett in 20 carries has gained 114 yards in this ball game. Waiting for it is Billy Daniels, the quarterback, and Daniels looking over that Notre Dame defense, waits for the snap, and takes it and gives it to his fullback, Janusek, and he's straight ahead to the 33, first down. Mahalik makes the tackle there for Notre Dame. Haydock was also in on the tackle. And they're going to mark his knee hit the ground on the 44, 34 rather, and make it first and 10 from the Notre Dame 34. And that's 11-12 first downs now picked up by Pittsburgh. I formation. Here's Daniels now, and the keeper rolling out to the left, pitches it back to Dorsett, and Dorsett fumbles, and Notre Dame has got the football. It was covered by Mahalik. He was hit by Rudnick and hit in there by one of the other tackles and jarred loose from the football, and Mahalik up with it.
Boy, he was hit. There was no doubt about that. He was jarred loose from that football, and the Irish defense has come up to the big moment again. They have possession now. Notre Dame's offensive unit comes onto the field to take over at that 32-yard line.
And the Irish are going to have to start thinking about it a little bit here, because the Panthers are giving them a tremendous battle. And fumbles have hurt them immeasurably. And Diminick is in the backfield now with Hunter and Art Best. They're in a double wing. Dimmerly flanked out to the left, and Diminick in motion, and Best with the football. He's at the 35 to the 36, and Kirby makes the tackle on him there. After a gain of 4 yards, and Perko was also in there. Notre Dame leading by a score of 10-3. 11:35 to go here in the third quarter of this ball game. The Irish out of the huddle. Over the ball is Brenneman. DiNardo and Pomerico the guards. Neese and Sylvester the tackles. They're in a double wing formation. Diminick is in the right slot, and the give is to Hunter, and Hunter is trapped back on the 32-yard line by Jim Buckman, the defensive left end. He nailed Hunter, the speedster, on the 32, and they're right back where this series of downs originated.
Buckman, and give an extra credit there, Van, too, to Glenn Hodge, the young junior who's playing the left cornerback over there. This Pittsburgh team is really fired up. I think they found out after the first half they could stay in the ballpark with Notre Dame. And when a football team that is fired up finds this out, well, you got trouble for the afternoon. And the Irish right now needs a score to break it open.
2 extra defensive backs in there figuring the pass, and it's given to Hunter on the draw. And Hunter brings it up to the 37-yard line, and that's all. And Kirby is the man who made the tackle. He had long yardage there, 10 yards, and now they'll be forced to punt. And listen to this crowd at Pitt Stadium.
Brian Doherty will be the man kicking. 43 yards, a little better than 43 yards an average, Van. His longest 66. And here we go.
Dorsett is going back with Daniels in the double safety spot. And Brian Doherty is standing inside the 25-yard line, waiting for the snap. And he gets his pass from center and gets his kick away and booms it high. It's coming down to about the 20, rolling around, and they let it roll. It's going to be a tremendous kick before it stops rolling. It's still rolling all the way down to the 5, to the 4, and dead on the 4-yard line. That's 63 yards by Brian Doherty when he needed it. Check it, 59 officially net. Now let's go back to work, and here's a handoff to Dorsett, and Dorsett is nailed back on about the 2-yard line by Browner, who broke through there for Notre Dame and brought him down back on the 2. The series originating on the 4-yard line. So now it's a loss of 2, back on the 2-yard line, and 12 yards to go now for the Panthers. 8:47 to play here in the third quarter. And Turper's flanked out wide the left side, and the I formation. And the running backs are back in the end zone, and waiting for it is Billy Daniels. He's back deep in his own territory, gives it to Janusek. He's at the 5, and he fumbled the ball, and let's see who got it. He fumbled the ball, and we'll just have to wait and see who came up with the football. It looks like Notre Dame has recovered the ball. Down around the neighborhood of the 5-yard line, it's Potemka who recovered the fumble for Notre Dame, and there's a big break for the Irish, and that's 4 fumble recoveries.
4 fumble recoveries, and they've got the ball inside of the 5-yard line. Now this could be that moment to break it open. There's 8:27 remaining here in the third quarter. The Irish lead Pittsburgh 10-3, and the Pitt Panthers have been playing the right kind of football, except for losing the handle on it.
Janusek fumbled, and Potemka recovered on the 4-yard line. In motion now goes Pinnock, and the give is to Bullock, and Bullock is down to the 1, and he is touchdown. Notre Dame, he's over. On the first play, it was carried over by Bullock off left guard. He got good blocking in there, Pomerico and Neese and Brenneman, and took it in for the touchdown, and now we'll have the try for point. And Notre Dame out in front now, 16-3 over the Panthers after taking advantage of a big break, a fumble on the 4. So now Doherty is in the hold. That was brought about, too, by the great kick of 59 yards on the part of Doherty. Bob Thomas will attempt the extra point. The kick is in the air, and the kick is good. So with the score, Notre Dame 17, Pittsburgh 3. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for United Delco.
The Panthers are down now by a score of 17-3, and here's the kickoff, Van.
And kicking off is Brown, Cliff Brown, and he floats one down there. It's taken by Wilson. He's back to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and brought down on the 31-yard line. Wilson on the return. And making the tackle in there was Smith for Notre Dame. Clark is in there in place of Turper. The give is to Dorsett, and Dorsett runs right into Hayduck. And he is brought down. Stock was also in there on the 30-yard line. And he lost about a yard on the play. So it'll be second down, 11 yards to go now for the Panthers. Loss of a yard. We've got about 8 minutes of playing time remaining in the third quarter of this ball game, with Notre Dame leading by a score of 17-3. Wide the left side is Clark. Wing I formation again, and Daniels going back to throw, and he looks and fires a floating pass, and there is at Notre Dame. It's intercepted by Mike Townsend at the 36-yard line. It was intended for Clark, and he just more or less had that one up for grabs, Al.
Rod Clark was hoping that he could double back. The pass was short, Van, and it was the second interception picked off. Mike Townsend picking off the interception. That's his third of the year, Van.
He had a great year last year in that department for Notre Dame, and now out of the huddle, the Irish. Now here's the counter given to Hunter, and Hunter is at the 40 and pulled down on the 40-yard line after a 4-yard gain by Kirby. Second down, 6 yards to go for Notre Dame from their own 40. Nice to have you with us today, and we hope you're enjoying the ball game wherever you are across the nation. We're in Pittsburgh, and the score is 17-3. Notre Dame. Casper is on the left side. Demerly is on the right side. And Demerly in tight on the right side. In motion goes Diminick. And Art Best with the football. He just ducks his head down and gets to the 44. And Weatherton throws him all the way back to the 42-yard line. We'll see where they will allow the gain, probably to the 44, where his motion was stopped. We're in the third quarter. And they're keying a little bit on Dorsett here in this third quarter, after he gained 114 yards in the first half of the ball game, and the ball is marked on the 43. They have Diminick in there as a running back, and he's in the slot on the right side. Hunter and Art Best are the running backs, and here's the counter now to Diminick. Diminick is at the 45. He's to the 47-yard line, and the whistle blew around the 45, where the 46 where they pulled him down. And if so, that means they're going to be right at a first down. Whether they made it or not remains to be seen, as Spates made the tackle on him, and they're going to punt. It's fourth down, and he didn't make it, so they're getting Doherty in to kick. And going back now is Billy Daniels, back in the safety slot by himself and without Dorsett this time for Pittsburgh. And waiting now for Doherty, who kicked one 59 yards a moment ago. Waiting for the snap, and he gets his kick away, and he booms this one deep. And Daniels just lets it go, and it goes on into the end zone. So there's a timeout on the field with a score. Notre Dame 17, Pittsburgh 3. Well, there was a flag down on the play, so they're walking off a penalty against the Panthers. And they moved the ball back to the 8-yard line of Pittsburgh. Billy Daniels is the quarterback, and the sun is shining brightly now at Pittsburgh. And here is Daniels rolling to the left on the keeper, and he cuts around the left end of the 15 and is out of bounds at the 15-yard line. He couldn't find anybody open, and Smith ran him out of bounds for Notre Dame.
Sherman Smith catching him around the shoulder pads and flipping him out, Ben, and just wasn't anybody open to throw that football to. He took a look downfield, he rolled out, he took a second look. There just was no one that he could safely aim the football for. So he brings it all the way out to the 14-yard line, and it'll be a big second down and 5 to go.
Clark is out wide to the right side. Daniels now and a give to Dorsett on a quick opener. He's in the clear. He's at the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, 35. He's out of bounds. Finally caught by Mike Townsend down on the 21-yard line, and that was a quick opener, and he took off.
Believe me, he took off. The linebackers were overcommitted to the strong side, and in making that overcommitment, all that Dorsett had to do was break the front line. Well, he busted through there, and he went sailing. 65 yards he covered on the play. Pittsburgh back in the ball game, knocking on the door. They're down at the Irish 21-yard line. It's first down for the Pitt Panthers at the 21, and here they come up to the line. Ben?
And Dorsett has about 178 yards on the day now. And here they go with that I formation again, and in motion this time is running back to the left. And here's the keeper. Danielson cuts in, and Daniels is hit as he reaches the 17-yard line by Mike Fanning. And also coming up from the secondary for Notre Dame, number 40, Potemkin, to bring him down on the 17-yard line. Murphy is the other running back now for the Pittsburgh Panthers. Mihalik was on the sidelines, and he's coming in now, replacing Sherman Smith as a linebacker. So mark it on the 17-yard line, a gain on the play of about 4. It'll be second down and 6 to go now for Pittsburgh. And in motion now goes Murphy to the left side, and here is a pitch back to Dorsett. Dorsett is going wide, trying to turn that corner, and he's nailed down on the 15-yard line, and there's a flag down on the play. It's going to be a walk-off against Notre Dame. But now this one will be half the distance to the goal. And it is a personal foul against Notre Dame and puts the ball down on the 7.5-yard line. And that's 14 first downs for the Panthers. Here they have Clark wide to the left side. And waiting for it now is Daniels, and Daniels is rolling out to the left. He's got some speed, and he cuts in and is knocked out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. And Stock, a good block put on him. Mahalik made the tackle, knocking him out. And they'll mark it on the 6-yard line. He gained on the play about 1.5 yards. That's all. Second down and goal to go now for the Panthers. 3 minutes and 45 seconds of playing time remaining in the third quarter. Notre Dame leading by a score of 17-3, and what a day Dorsett has had. Almost 180 yards. And Daniels now on the keeper, rolling out to the left, and he's going to be brought down right on the 5-yard line. In there was Rudnick on the tackle for Notre Dame, and also Mahalik, and they'll mark it on the 5. It'll be third down and 5 to go, and here's one of the biggest plays of the ball game for Pittsburgh.
Well, the defensive unit of the Fighting Irish have given up only 1 touchdown this year rushing, Van, so there's a great deal of pride down there to try and keep this football team from scoring on the ground.
Here's Daniels rolling out to the right. He throws, and this one is intercepted, knocked down. I thought he had it for a moment. It was right in the hands of Barnett, and he had that ball and just couldn't hold it. And Al, he would have had himself about a 95-yard touchdown had he been able to hold on.
That was in the corner pocket, intended for Rod Clark out there, and Clark went down on his knees, and here come Reggie Barnett, and Barnett made a great stab at it, and I thought he had picked it off, Van, just as you. He had the ball, he juggled it, he could not hold on to it.
I formation. Here is Daniels going back to throw again. He cocks his arm, throws it, it's batted away, and they may call interference. They may call interference on Townsend. Well, I want to tell you that was close, whether it was or wasn't. And let's see what they're going to do. Let's see what they're going to do about it. A flag went down immediately, and Townsend made a great save in the end zone, but there's no indication yet what it's about. See, Daniels is talking there with the, it could be against Pittsburgh. It's going to be a penalty against Pittsburgh as the Notre Dame offensive unit comes on a tough break for the Panthers. And Townsend made a great save again.
Van, I believe they were calling an illegal pass receiver downfield, but I didn't see that. I saw one of the officials go up there and touch the cap.
Well, I still haven't. The illegal receiver downfield is what they've called. That's a pretty difficult situation from the 5-yard line, isn't it?
Right, and I only saw one receiver downfield.
Murphy was the man the pass was intended for. Here is the quarterback Clements on the keeper rolling out to the right, and he's brought down on the 5-yard line. No gain on that play, and Buckman made the tackle. So it'll be second down and 10 to go from the 5. 2 minutes and 44 seconds of playing time remaining. In the third quarter, Notre Dame leading 17-3. Hunter's in motion, and the give now is to the running back, Art Best. Best gets to about the 7-yard line. Paul, how many passes has Clements thrown today? He's thrown only 2 passes all day, if you can believe that. Hyde made the tackle there for Pittsburgh. That's almost unbelievable to feel that he's only put that ball in the air twice today. Out of the huddle they come. Hunter is in the slot on the left side in the double wing formation. It's third down now. The ball on the 7. It's 3rd and 8. And here's a give to Best, and Best is to the 11, and that's it. He's brought down on the 11-yard line, will force Notre Dame to kick, and Burley made the tackle. So Notre Dame will have to kick, and Doherty, who's been doing an exceptional job of kicking, is coming in. And now Daniels is dropping back, and I've really been impressed with this young man today, the quarterback of Pittsburgh, Daniels.
All-around football player, Van. Runs the kicks back, does the quarterbacking. He can throw a pass. He can throw the bomb with just about anybody. And I might add, he is quite a runner.
Waiting now, Doherty is in the end zone. He'll have the pressure on him. Gets the perfect pass from center and gets it away and booms it high. Daniels is waiting for it, goes back on the 41, looks for running room, and he's going to be tackled on the 45. And with the score, Notre Dame 17, Pittsburgh 3, the timeout on the field, and now this for Burger King. Pittsburgh's ball from their own 45-yard line. That kick was 48 yards by Doherty. They're in a pro set now. Flanked out the left is Clark, and here's Daniels running that option. He puts a move again on one of those Notre Dame defensive tackles and cuts into the 44-yard line, and he's brought down by Smith. What a move does Dorsett and Daniels have. Aren't they something?
The man that he faked out of place there was the big freshman, Ross Browner, and he gave it to him, took it away, and went right over the spot where Browner would have made the turn back to make the catch. Browner has to retain him, Van.
Clark is out wide to the left, and here's Daniels now to give to Dorsett, and Dorsett is tripped up now at the 44-yard line. And he got about a half a yard on that play, and that's all. And Sherman Smith had him around the ankle. And that's about the best place to get him down, around the ankles. He's going to get a yard. Notre Dame leads, but the Panthers have really made a ball game out of this one, and time is running out. And there's the end of the third quarter with the score Notre Dame 17 and Pittsburgh 3.
Pittsburgh 235 yards rushing, Notre Dame 165. The Irish 5 yards passing, Pittsburgh 91.
I formation, two receivers on the right side, and Clark is wide, and Daniels is back to throw. Throws over the middle to his tight end, Ostrowski. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, and there's a flag down. Townsend made the tackle, but Ostrowski rammed it down to the 10-yard line. It'll be against Pittsburgh.
The ball is brought all the way back to the Pitt Panther 41-yard line. Offensive holding called against Pittsburgh.
And Clark is set out to the right. Daniels had a lot of time to throw that ball that time, and he is going back to throw it again. And look at the time he's got again. Throws over the middle, and it's caught again. And the catch is made by Murphy on the 34-yard line, and he is belted pretty good by Townsend, but he made a fine catch and got it to the 33 rather, and it'll be, did he get enough for the first down? Would you believe that? He did. 26 yards, he needed 25, he got 26.
And would you believe Mike Townsend hit him? I mean, he hit him as solid a lick as I've seen anybody hit. Bruce Murphy held on to the football. 9 out of 10 men would have been loose from that football, Van. Tremendous lick by Townsend as he made the tackle.
Wide to left side is Clark. Waiting for it now is the quarterback Daniels in a pro set. And Daniels now giving it off to Dorsett, and Dorsett's at the 20, 15. He's all the way down to the 12-yard line before Mike Townsend brings him down. And the Panthers are on the prowl again here in the fourth quarter. They have the ball down. Let's see where the officials are going to mark it on the 12. It'll be a first down for Pittsburgh on the 12-yard line of Notre Dame.
Would you believe the Pitt Panthers have over 350 yards offensively against Notre Dame? Dorsett has 198 yards alone.
Out of the huddle they come, and wide to left side now goes Clark. Waiting for it is Daniels. He's got Dorsett in there as a running back, and he hands it off to Dorsett. He's down to the 7. All down on the 7 by Luther Bradley on the 7-yard line. So the Panthers are down deep now in the Notre Dame territory again. Notre Dame leads 17-3 here in the fourth quarter. Series originating on the 12, and it'll be second down at about 5 now, and wide to the left side is Clark. Janicek and Dorsett in the I formation. Daniels waiting for it. Daniels waiting for the snap, and he takes it and gives it off to Dorsett, and Dorsett is down to the 1-yard line and stopped on the 1. Janicek it is, stopped on the 1-yard line by Bradley. Right on the 1. Janicek, the fullback, on the carry. So it's a first down and goal to go on the 1-yard line of Notre Dame. This crowd is really excited here at Pitt Stadium, and well they might, because this Pitt Panther team has been something to watch today. That's 18 first downs. So the ball is on the 1-yard line for Pittsburgh. Out of the huddle they come. They line up in an I formation with Janicek and Dorsett right behind the quarterback Daniels. And he tries the quarterback sneak. He got it down to the goal line, but I don't believe he got it over. And in there was Mahalik and Fanning, Stock, Browner, all in on top of him, and they got him. He got the ball just over. He got it on about half-yard line, and that's it.
I know what Daniels was thinking about, Van. I've got to believe he was thinking about, if I keep this football and try to drive it over, maybe I can get the touchdown. If I have to hand this football off, there's a chance of losing it.
Daniels looking over that defense, and he gives it to Dorsett and to Janicek. Janicek scores a touchdown. Janicek scores for Pittsburgh. So they move 55 yards in 8 plays, and it's 17-9 right now. And we'll have the try for a point, and the Panthers kicker, Carson Long, is in there. And that would make it 17-14 and anybody's ball game. I'm sorry, 17-10. Waiting for it now is the Holder, Daniels. The kick is up by Carson. That makes it 17-10. So Notre Dame now leading with the score. Notre Dame 17 and Pittsburgh 10. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Delco and Lazy Boy Chairs. Long will kick off. The ball blew off the tee. And just a reminder, Lazy Boy Chairs will award a Lazy Boy chair today to the game's outstanding player. In his name, it will go to the athletic department.
Van 259 yards rushing for Pittsburgh, and here's a kickoff.
Coming down to Deminick at the 18. He gets to the 20, the 25. He's at the 30, the 35, and brings it on up to the 41-yard line and is brought down on the 41. Deminick on the return of 23 yards. And Best is back in there now and is in the slot. Pinnock is back in, and Bullock is back in. Here is Bullock at the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. He is finally knocked out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Molino's the man that knocked him out. And so Notre Dame, going with their second running backs in the third quarter, Al, saw Pittsburgh come within 7 points.
I'll say they did. And now here is Mr. Bullock putting on a great burst of speed on the sidelines over there and rolling all the way to the 27-yard line of Pittsburgh to put the Irish right back in a position to score again.
The officials are asking for time, so let's see what it's all about. They wanted to get the chain markers straightened out. They were still down the field. Best is in the slot on the left side. Demerly's flanked out to the right side. In motion is Art Best, and here's the give to Bullock, and Bullock cuts in across the 25 to the 24, and Gary Burley makes the tackle on him after a 3-yard gain. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is Mutual, your news and sports radio network. Van Patrick along with Al Wester, and Bullock has gained 99 yards in 17 plays today. And here's the give to Pinnock on the counter. He's at the 20, down to the 18-yard line, and very close to a first down. And Don Parrish made the tackle on the 18.
That was a great run there on the inside by Pinnock, because he hit the best linebacker, I think, in the Pittsburgh alignment out there, Rod Kirby, and ran right over him. And Rod is a tough, rough lad. Incidentally, talking about offense, Dorsett in 28 carries, Van, 203 yards against the Irish.
He's made a believer out of me, and he's only a freshman. In motion now is Pinnock, and the give is to Bullock, and Bullock's got a first down at the 16. Tracking right up the middle, and the tackle was made by Hyde again, and Molino and Burley making the tackle on the 16-yard line. First and 10 to go for Notre Dame from the Pittsburgh 16. 10 minutes of playing time remaining in the ball game, and Notre Dame leading by a score of 17-10, but they're on the 16 right now. Pinnock asking for quiet so they can hear the signals. Best is in the slot in the pro set, and in motion is Pinnock, and the give is to Bullock, and Bullock is down to the 11-yard line. They tried to tear the ball loose from him, but he held on to it, and Molino made the tackle.
Glenn Hyde was the man who reached out there, the big right defensive tackle of the Panthers, and attempted to slash that ball loose. He's a big boy, was all East last year, big senior from Lexington, Massachusetts.
Out of the huddle they come. They have second down and about 5, and here is the give to Bullock, and Bullock is down to the 6-yard line, running off right guard, and Burley and Hyde making the tackle there for the Panthers. Down on about the 6-yard line. It'll be a first down, I believe, although the officials are indicating a timeout now, and they'll probably get the chain in here for measurement. But Bullock now is over the 100-yard mark in yards today, has 111 gained today. First down, goal to go. The ball is actually on about the 7. And here's the give now to the running back Bullock, in over left tackle down to the 3-yard line, and hauled down there after about a 4-yard gain, down to the 3-yard line, and Burley made the tackle. It will be second down and goal to go for Notre Dame, and the clock is moving. 8 minutes and 40 seconds of playing time remaining in the ball game. They line up in the pro set. Art Best is in the slot. Pinnock and Bullock are the running backs. In motion is Best, and the give is to Bullock, and Bullock is down to the 2-yard line and is tackled at the 2-yard line. And there is Hyde again and Parrish, the 2 tackles, and the linebackers converging along with Kirby, and they'll haul him down on the 2, so that makes it third down and goal to go from the 2-yard line. 3rd and 2. Now they're getting one of the defensive backs who was in there, Moorhead, out, and getting an extra lineman in. And it's snowing heavily again at Pittsburgh. And Notre Dame with the ball now on the 1.5-yard line. Pinnock is in motion to the right side, and the give is to Bullock, and it's a touchdown for Notre Dame. Bullock lugged it over. Notre Dame now adding 6 to it. They went 59 yards in 9 plays. And now we'll have the try for point. It's 23-10 now, Notre Dame, and Bob Thomas is in. Doherty will hold. 59 yards in 9 plays. In heavy snow now at Pittsburgh. Ball is spotted, the kick is in the air, and the kick is good. So with the score, Notre Dame 24, Pittsburgh 10. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Royal Globe Insurance.
Heavy snow is falling. The large flakes beginning to drift down here at Pitt Stadium.
24-10, and here's the kick. It's taken here on about the 12 by Wilson to the 20, 25, fumbles the ball out of bounds. So it'll be around the 30-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 to go for Pittsburgh, an 18-yard return. Waiting for it is Daniels. He's got Dorsett and Janasek, and he gives it off there to Dorsett, and Dorsett is hit as he reaches the 33-yard line and brought down after a 3-yard gain. Second down and 7. Making the tackle was Haydock, number 95, and he is limping off the field, and he is being replaced now by Nosbush. Kevin Nosbush of Milwaukee, Wisconsin is replacing Haydock. From the 33-yard line. It'll be second down and 7 to go now for the Panthers. That wing eye. Murphy in the slot. Now they go in a pro slot. And waiting for it is the quarterback Daniels, and Daniels is back to throw. The rush is on, and they sack him back on the 21-yard line, and Nosbush leading the defensive charge in there for Notre Dame, along with Mike Fanning.
Mike Fanning and Kevin Nosbush both putting tremendous pressure on, and that's a loss of 7 or 8 yards, Van. The line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage, was a 30-yard line. That goes all the way back to the 22, so they're going to have a 3rd and 18 situation coming up. That means Daniels doesn't have to tip the hand. It's just flat out, he's going to have to put the ball in the air.
24-10 the score, and now Clark is wide to the right side. He had a lot of time to throw in the first 3 quarters of this ball game, and Daniels now is going back to throw it again. Sets up, looks, and throws, and this one is incomplete. Intended for Bruce Murphy up around the neighborhood of the 44-yard line, but incomplete. Incomplete. Covering over there for Notre Dame was Reggie Barnett. Now it goes back to the 22, where it'll be 4th down and 18 yards to go. And after this kick, Notre Dame should have good field position. In there to do the kicking for the Pittsburgh Panthers is Larry Swider of Rockton, Pennsylvania. And dropping back, Bob Zanat. And going back with him is Rudnick. And here's the kick. Is flag down? It is, and the ball is rolling around at the 30. Rolls on down to the 22-yard line, to the 20. But there's a flag down back here around the 25-yard line. Illegal procedure against Pittsburgh is a preliminary indication. That was a 59-yard kick.
It's going to be nullified, and that football is going to be brought back, and the Panthers are going to have to kick it all over again.
And he gets the snap and gets his kick away again. High floating kick. A fair catch is called for by Zanat on the 48-yard line, so Notre Dame has much better field position. 35 yards on that kick. Well, Pitt ranks 20th in the nation, and the give now is to Art Best, and Best cuts in over right tackle to the 49-yard line of Pittsburgh, getting 3 yards. And a gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7. Making the tackle was Glenn Hodge, the left safety man. And Gary Burley, who's played a fine defensive ball game, so mark it on the 49. Notre Dame leading at 24-10. Notre Dame was favored in this ball game by some 22 points, but they're leading by only 14. Wide to the left side is Demmerly, and here is Clements in trouble. He's going to be sacked back on the 40-yard line. And in there was Perko, the right end.
Great play back there. Beautiful play, and sacking quarterback Tommy Clements as far as the Pitt Panthers are concerned. Tommy bootleg there, Van, and then with nobody to block for him, and rolling out as he was rolling deep to begin with. He wanted to put the ball in the air, but that big man was there waiting on him to lower the boom.
Well, he's only thrown twice. 21 yards to go with 3rd down, and here's a give now to Pinnock, and Pinnock up the middle to about the 46 or 47-yard line. And he's brought down there. And that will bring up a 4th down and will bring Brian Doherty in to do the kicking. Weatherton made the tackle along with Bellino, and so Doherty comes in to kick. Clock is moving. 4.5 minutes of playing time remaining. Doherty is back in kick formation. And here's the snap and a short kick. And it goes out of bounds at about the 47-yard line of Pittsburgh. And Doherty gets off a bad one of only 11 yards. Out of the huddle they come with Clark flanked out to the right, and about the only thing Daniels can do is put the ball in the air, and back he goes, staying in the pocket, looking now, he's going to run with it, and he's at the 50, he's at the 45-yard line, he's down to the 40, and he's out of bounds at about the 44. Sherman Smith finally ran him out of bounds, and let's see where they're going to mark it. Maybe down inside the 40. We'll have to wait and see, even all the way to the 39, where he finally stepped out. They had him trapped back there, but he broke out of it and ran it all the way down to the 39. A gain of 13 yards. It'll be a first down for Pittsburgh. So the Panthers on the move again with the ball on the 39-yard line of Notre Dame. 3:58 to play in the ball game, and Notre Dame leads it 24-10. That's the 19th first down. Clark is wide to the right side. And waiting for it now is the quarterback, Daniels, back to throw, looks, throws over the middle. It's intercepted by Collins, and Collins is at the 35, breaks a tackle, brings it back to the 40, to the 42, and he's down on the 42-yard line. Greg Collins brought down on the 42-yard line. Dorsett and Olson making the tackle there for the Pittsburgh Panthers. That's 3 interceptions today for Notre Dame.
And that, incidentally, is the second interception of the year for this super linebacker. Believe me, Notre Dame has really one of the finest in the country. I've got to say, this is a young man, has to be considered for All-American consideration. Greg Collins, big 220-pounder, 6'3", a junior from Troy, Michigan.
And I want to tell you something else. That this kid's only a freshman, Dorsett. If there's a better back in the country, I'd like to see him. He's a good one. Here's the give now to the running back who's in there for Notre Dame, and we've got a new one in here. Is that Bullock? It was Bullock again. I thought they had put a new back in, but it's Bullock. Hornman didn't make the trip. He's injured, so Bullock is doing yeoman duty, and he carried the ball all the way down to the 43-yard line of Pittsburgh for a first down, and that's 14 first downs. In a double wing now, they're in the double wing formation. Bullock is the setback back of the quarterback, Clements. In motion is Diminick, and here's Bullock right up the middle again. He's still on his feet all the way down to the 30-yard line, and he's going to be brought down to the 30 by Bellino, and he's going to be a tough man to prevent from receiving that award today. He's had quite a day, Al, and scored 3 touchdowns. There's a timeout on the field with the score, Notre Dame 24, Pittsburgh 10.
The injured man at the 35-yard line, an injured player for the Pitt Panthers, number 59, Arnie Weatherington. He will be coming out of the ball game, and Kelsey Davison will go on at the strong side linebacker defensively.
And he gives it off now to Best, and Best gets only a couple of yards, down to the 28. Glenn Hyde makes the tackle on him there. Down to the 28. It'll be second down and 8 yards to go. We're still trying to check on the most valuable player in today's ball game. The media covering the game do the voting. 2:50 to go in the game. Double wing formation. Bullock, the setback, right back of the quarterback. In motion is Best. Bullock with the ball. And he is at the 24-yard line and brought down by Glenn Hyde. So it'll be third down and 4 yards to go now for Notre Dame. Remember, next Saturday we'll be in Norman, Oklahoma. University of Oklahoma will take on Kansas. So it'll be a pleasure to be out in that Big 8 and see some of the great football they play out there.
Believe me, right to this very moment, with 2:22 remaining in the game, there's some great blocking up on that offensive line for Notre Dame.
Hunter is in there, and they're in a double wing. Best went out. Clements now with the third down, 4 yards to go, long cadence count. He's going back to throw, throws it to Diminick at the 20. He's at the 15. He's down to the 10-yard line and brought down. And that's only his third pass in this ball game today. And Hodge made the tackle.
I'll say he did. Glenn Hodge got him all right, but let me tell you, this fellow Diminick puts his shoulders down, he hits him, lifts him up, and carries him with him a couple of yards.
The Irish are leading by a score of 24-10. 140 in motion, Diminick, and the give is to Bullock, and they knock him down. He fumbles the ball, and Pittsburgh has got it. Pittsburgh has got the ball on the 7-yard line, nullifying the drive of Notre Dame. So the Panthers have it. It was covered by Dennis Moorhead, and it popped right out of the hands of Bullock in the air. That's the second fumble that Notre Dame has lost today. So now, let's see, Clements is coming back in. There was a flag on the play. Al, the only thing it could be, the whistle had to have blown before he fumbled the ball. It's second down and 10 to go. 9 for a first down, and the pitch back to Hunter. Hunter is down to the 8-yard line and tackled at the 8. And the tackle was made by Parrish. And the media covering the game today have voted the Outstanding Player Award to Tony Dorsett, who gained over 200 yards against Notre Dame today, and he had to go some to beat the performance of Bullock. 1 minute to go in the ball game. Notre Dame leading 24-10. It's third down and 8 yards to go for a first down, 9 yards to go for a touchdown. And now here's Clements going back to throw. He dumps one out here to Bullock, and he's got a touchdown for Notre Dame. He caught him in a blitz on that.
That's right, Van. Clements caught him in a blitz, and as they came sailing in there, Tommy just laid the arm back there and laid it out there for the touchdown. 58 yards. Notre Dame had moved there in 8 plays to go ahead in this football game, 30-10. That's for Bullock, 4 touchdowns.
Bob Thomas will attempt the extra point. Doherty will hold. The kick is up, and flags are all over the place. It's 30-10. That would make it 31 if good. Well, they'll do it over again. 5-yard penalty against Notre Dame, so the attempt will be made from the 15 for the extra point. Ball is spotted. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So Notre Dame leads it now by a score of 31-10. We got about 40 seconds of playing time remaining in this ball game, and that's it.
And this looks like win number 8 coming up with a 31-10 lead.
Sort of a flat kick, and it's taken by Turper at the 25. He's at the 30, and Turper's at the 35, and he's out of bounds. A flag is down on the play. Kopinski is the man who made the tackle for Notre Dame. Personal foul against Notre Dame. Quarterback Bill Daniels is waiting for it, and Daniels now giving on the draw play to Dorsett, and Dorsett is nailed at the 46-yard line, and a good tackle by Greg Collins. On the 46-yard line, it'll be second down and 10 to go when play is resumed. Daniels over to talk to Johnny Majors. Now the Panthers in the huddle. Up to the line of scrimmage, and Clark is flanked out wide to the left side. Turper's flanked out to the right. Daniels now with Dorsett and Janasek right behind him, and he's waiting for the snap. Sends Dorsett in motion to the left side, and he's rolling out now to the left, looking, stops, going to be smothered. Back on the 45-yard line, he's belted down. Willie Fry leading the defensive charge along with Nosbush. Ball is on the 45-yard line. And here's a timeout called again by Pittsburgh with the ball on the 45-yard line. Clock shows now exactly 10 seconds of playing time remaining, and that's it. Clark flanked to the right side. Turper split out to the left side a few yards in the eye. Daniels is going back to throw. Looks downfield, throws one out in the left flat to Dorsett that's incomplete. That stops the clock with 6 seconds of playing time remaining. Only 6 seconds of playing time remaining. And it is fourth down and still about 21 yards to go for the Panthers. Notre Dame leading it by a score of 31-10, but the Panthers were in this ball game. And here's the give now to Dorsett. Dorsett is tackled on the 48-yard line. Time runs out, and there's the gun. That's the end of the ball game, and Notre Dame has won it 31-10. We'll present the wrap-up of today's game after this for the Fighting Irish.